Hey, man.
Hey, Adam.
How are you?
Good.
You obviously had a premiere already, right?
Yesterday. Yesterday was our premiere.
How'd that go?
About 20. What time is it now? 5. About 24 hours ago.
Yeah.
How did it go? I think it was a delight.
You weren't there, so you didn't know?
No, I was there. But it's like, can I actually adjudicate how it went? Like, because you're getting nervous.
Right, and
it's like on one hand you're amped because it's the first time you're seeing with a crowd.
Right.
On the other hand, you literally I'm a freak, so literally I want laughter from beginning to end.
Oh, I see.
But it was very good. I mean, there were a lot of moments that people laugh. Everyone was laughing, and then there were some moments when some people are laughing, and other people are going ew, and other moments where the people who were going ew before are going kind of ha, and the people who were laughing before are going ugh.
Oh, I see.
So it was a good vibe, good mix.
Maybe there was a scene where you're on the toilet pushing out
the toilet and Vish with the knife and the pillow and whatever's on it.
Right, got you. Yeah, it's a scatological film. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, there's a lot of
define it that way, but it does exist as a layer of it.
There's a lot of lower body humor. In it.
Right. In every sense of that expression.
Yeah,
there's a lot of lower body, but we indie film lovers love the lower body.
I think all people do. I think that's really no. I think it's an important part of the human experience. But I can relate to some man in Namibia or some man in Tibet because we all
However,
come.
Things may be changing, but historically the studio world was more into the upper part of the body. Though that's kind of changed with some of the recent Judd Apatow films, for instance. And then the indie world might be might favor more of the lower body.
Yeah, I guess I disagree because I guess obviously I'm aware of film history, but I don't tend to contextualize it too much between studio or independent. I just think
that's fair.
To me, a good movie is a good movie, and I also
the other type.
I don't
the rest.
Boring.
The rest.
There's boring or pretentious or stupid, but what I mean is also I don't really differentiate between American or foreign, and then a lot of foreign films that are made by very intellectual and aesthetically accomplished directors have a lot of lower body humor. I love Bertrand Blier or Almodovar.
Right. Oh, sure.
Yeah, Almodovar in his 80s movies is, and even sometimes now, is very lower body.
No.
Oh, sorry.
I agree with that.
Oh, sorry.
I was saying, I don't think of him as the typical European. He's Spanish, but I don't think of him as this typical European, sophisticated, esoteric filmmaker like some of the others.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I generally don't make distinctions that between Europe or foreign or American or
a film
studio.
is a film. I agree with that. There's good films and then there's the rest. That's the way I look at it. I was riffing a little bit in terms of making a generalization. But you're a new film. Is this your second feature?
It's my second feature, I guess, is the way that it's being sold these days. I mean, I consider because I do short things and long things, so this is my fourth long thing.
Gotcha.
Because I made a 120-minute web series thing on Skype, all Skype stuff. Yeah, and actually, it's about my breakup with Kate, sort of. It's instigated by my breakup with Kate, who's the lead in A Wonderful Cloud.
And has also been on the show, Lyn Sheil.
Lyn Sheil, that's right. Sorry.
That's all right. Explaining for those maybe listening.
So that was from 2010 when we broke up, and it was the instigation for my character becoming a domestic terrorist. And that's a movie. That's what I consider a movie called Skydiver. But you can't sell that movie.
Right.
It didn't play at any festivals, so it's
he's not doing hash marks. He actually talks that way.
It doesn't exist. Right? It doesn't really exist as far as this terrain is concerned.
Gotcha.
And I made a web series that came out through the MoCA in Los Angeles called Feast of Burden, and I consider that to be a 55-minute movie. And it's not a right. So this is my second feature. Sorry, complicated answer to an easy question.
Well, yeah, but it's wonderful to hear about it. I happen to be talking to Eugene Kotlyarenko.
Oh, good, yeah. Yeah, perfect.
I like to get things like that. Sometimes somebody will say to me, well, however you say it's fine. I'm like, no, how do you say it?
Yeah.
Or if there are different people pronounce it like a name like yours. Yeah. And even to some degree, even though it's easier, my name, but it automatically people just sort of will.
Well, I'm hoping
Schwartzman, Schwartzoff, rather.
Schwarzkopf, General Schwarzkopf. Is that what you meant?
Yeah.
I was going to say, I'm hoping if all the cards, or
dealt in the
right order, in the
way.
right fashion, I will attain single name status.
Oh,
so people
Eugene.
would just call me Eugene, like, oh, Eugene, like, you know, like
Right.
Madonna or
Right.
something. Yeah.
I can start it.
That'll be easy.
Today's guest is Eugene.
Wow, yeah.
And his movie is, as he referred to earlier, is A Wonderful Cloud, and he is not only the director and writer. Did you edit as well?
Nope. We'll have a great editor, Ben Moses Smith.
Ben Moses Smith. You obviously have a DP. It looks great.
Oh, yeah, Dan O'Sullivan.
Dan O'Sullivan.
Yeah. These are all
nice Jewish boy.
What?
Nice Jewish guy.
Yeah, right. O'Sullivan. Yeah.
And
he's as Irish as they come. He's about 6'4", lanky, long red hair, freckles. But when we made the movie,
has 3 siblings born in the same calendar year.
Yeah, I don't know what his sibling situation is.
I'm only joking.
Yeah, same calendar.
But the film stars Eugene as well.
Uh-huh.
And it is based on, loosely, I guess, I assume, on real life events and, the back history anyway. Let's put it that way. And then you kind of go into a fictional realm.
It's based on. It has a foundation that's more non-fictional, right?
Yeah.
That Kate and I did for a short period of time go out, albeit long distance, and so we are exes, and the movie is about exes. And then the other part of it that's real, it's about exes who remained friends, right? This is a good song. Is it in? So I'm actually friends with several of my exes.
You keep.
Yeah, I keep close to them because at some point I loved them, right? Intensely.
Well,
I connected with them passionately, and then something didn't work out, whether it was logistical or physical or whatever. It didn't work out, but how can I forget the fact that I connected with them on this deep emotional, soul, intellectual level? So I wanted to make a movie about that, exes who were friends, and use all my observations and experiences that I had that are tense and complicated and feature very human, sort of interactions. I don't know.
Gotcha.
That's the origins. Yeah.
To respond to that, you sound more evolved in that way, because what happens is a lot of, and I'll include myself.
Yeah.
Like, I have an ex, and for a long time, very, just caught up with her.
Right.
Afterwards.
Deeply in love.
Yeah, I think so. And I felt like, I tried several times to break myself of it. And then ultimately I've had to. Like, I think I'm successfully have done that, although I'm kind of moving on now. But the thing is like, I think most people are more similar to me, that it's not because they don't appreciate that history together, but it usually gets toxic or gets poisoned, and then it's hard to hang out without that coming up and affecting your
my
relationships.
philosophy.
But so it sounds like really you're either really emotionally vacant,
yeah,
or
I'm either
very evolved.
I'm either a sociopath, or I think the thing is, for better.
And I only bring this up because it is the film's.
It's
about
the primary.
What the film's about.
Yeah, exactly. Story of the film. I think my whole thing is that I always. Basically, the second that I realize there's going to be toxic energy or problems, before it happens, I always just break up with the person. Because I'd rather keep it, like, pure and infatuated and just have all the great energy. Positives. And, like, once it starts going downhill, I actually don't think you can recuperate. So, right. And if you see that on the horizon, and actually, Kate is the only girlfriend I've had who broke up with me, and it was devastating to me, for sure. So, but I quickly wanted to reconnect with her on a friendship level anyway, just because she was so special. So I guess I was very hurt at the time, but I admire her for breaking off our relationship.
Wow. Well, and it obviously it shows, because you two have made a really funny movie. In a way, it's like almost like the couple you'd see 50, 60 years ago in a
screwball
comedies. It's almost
that's cool.
It almost has a little bit of a screwball thing there.
Because we have good zingers in the movie.
Yeah, albeit a different pace and a different vibe. Yeah. But it has that part of it. It's almost in that tradition.
Cool. I like that,
because you have this history.
Yeah, exactly. We have the
Which
chemistry.
Is kind of
a key to those movies is the chemistry between the leads, whether it's like Cary Grant, Katharine Hepburn,
William Powell,
William Powell.
Was it William? I'm constantly fucking that up. William Powell.
I think William Powell was in My Man Godfrey, but he also might have been.
I love that guy.
That's one of my favorites, My Man Godfrey.
And he was in
that genre.
Also in Mr. Roberts. That's not Billy Wilder.
I think
that is actually.
It is. I think that's a troubled production that Billy Wilder took over. Mr. Roberts.
But it is so incredible,
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, mister. It's just like great.
That's like an impression.
But he's the and it's not even working on it. Like, my Jimmy Cagney, but you listen to me, mister.
I saw a really good...
such a good movie.
I saw a really good Jimmy Cagney movie a few weeks ago, or maybe like 2 months ago, Roaring Twenties. Ever seen that? That Raoul Walsh movie? It's awesome. Yeah. It's really a template for a sort of generational Bildungsroman type movie, because it's about bootleggers, but it tracks with them before the from like World War I till like basically after the end of bootlegging, and it's just about their whole operation and like three friends. It's very like a proto Goodfellas in a way. It's not as nihilistic, but it's very realistic and brutal in its own way. It's a really good movie.
It had to be made in
It's
the 30s.
from 1940.
Oh, the 40. Okay, because I was wondering if it was pre-code.
And it had a few things. It had like that sort of it was a year before Citizen Kane, but it has that newsreel sort of opening to it.
Oh, nice.
That's pretty cool.
I have heard of the film for sure, because I'm into Jimmy Cagney.
One of his best roles.
I loved all those gangster types, of the actors in that period of time.
Oh, Bogart's in it too.
Oh,
the Roaring Twenties.
Yeah,
Cagney and Bogart.
And all great guys. Yeah. And I love Bogart in the actor person, not the iconic Bogart, but the actor Bogart, which is hard to find because he's been so plasticized, whatever the word is.
Yeah, he's become an icon to the point where like his original meaning is lost. But that's so important to me, I guess, is what I want to say. Like, I love watching Jimmy Cagney. I love watching Humphrey Bogart because they are real stars. Like, they are outsized personas that are then injected into fairly conventional tales with a lot of ingenuity, of course, by great directors. But the tales themselves are very conventional. But you just want to keep watching because they're so fucking charismatic. And I think there are some very charismatic mainstream Hollywood actors out there that exist, like Jennifer Lawrence or something like that, or like... I don't know, Brad Pitt, definitely, or Robert Downey Jr. or something like that. Those people are charismatic, but I don't have access to those people. So, yet, and maybe one day I will, and that could be cool if I write the right thing for them, But so my job in this movie, it's like an improv movie, right? I felt like the greatest responsibility on the director in an improv movie, besides guiding people, is making sure you get the right people, right? So I knew we had me and Kate, and I can't speak to my abilities, but Kate is like, she's a sure bet for me. Like, I know she's going to nail it. But then the supporting universe, right, that is quite different than the universe that Kate and I engender, which is sort of like a playful, almost kind of screwball-y, but like kind of like earnest, emotional universe, then those people around us that I sort of picked up and wanted to put in the movie are just crazy. They're just wild-ass motherfuckers, right? I mean, am I saying something that's off the mark?
No.
Did you think they're kind of cool and crazy? The weird supporting people?
Yes.
And so to me, they're stars. I'm lucky enough to know a lot of interesting, weird people, and like I can just say, oh, this person's going to be good on camera. This person's so creative; they're going to say the right stuff.
Right. That's your maybe that's one of your gifts, is being able to spot that.
I like casting.
Yeah.
I think it's cool, and I think it's great to expose the world to new types of stars.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like my friend Orner is also kind of does that well. Orner Ducal does
Orner,
that.
Yeah.
He also
I've
has
seen his movie Richard's Wedding. That's a good movie.
That one.
Yeah. I know.
Thank you for plugging that. I'm gonna at least. I have to remove that though because
he's cool. I ran into him on the street one time and said, "Oh, you're Tuckle. You're Tuckle, right?" And he's like, "Yeah, man. Who are you?" I'm like, "Oh, someone sent me a link to your movie. It's pretty fucking good." And he's like, "Oh yeah, we should get a drink." And I was like, "Yeah." And then we didn't. We didn't.
Did he see Zeros and Ones?
I don't think he saw. I think I sent it to him, but I don't think he watched it. But now I'm gonna guilt him. Let me shame him on air. Yeah. Owner Tuckle, if you're listening, you better watch all my fucking movies right now, ASAP, and write me a sincere email with your appraisal of them. Thank you.
When you come into New York with that wonderful cloud again,
I hope
you will.
I hope I do. Yeah,
it'll be in one of those. We'll get it there. But the thing is, we'll get you and we'll finally you'll have a.
Oh, we should do a Q&A. Owner should do a Q&A with me because
that's true.
He has a very dynamic persona, and I love Q&As.
Yeah,
and we'll just outshout each other probably.
Good. Yeah, I've done some with him for Summer Blood.
Oh yeah, is that a good movie?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I should
see it.
To his career. And I did some, and he was like wasted. But I know
there's plenty of good movies that haven't been helpful to people's careers, you know. So I don't.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know if that.
No. But now he has another one, second in a row, a Tribeca for his new film. But to get back to A Wonderful Cloud, I just want to let people know that basically Katelyn is coming back to visit you in L.A. Mm-hmm. She's, I guess, in New York. She comes back to officially end this business that you created together, so she can move on.
Exactly.
And that's the premise. But
in my mind, it's just kind of like to hang out.
Yeah, and an opportunity maybe to rekindle.
Yeah, an opportunity to just hang out and see what happens. Maybe a little slip of the tongue here.
We'll grope. We'll feel the hand there.
We'll grope there. We'll caressing her hair. And who knows where it could go.
Yeah.
We're friends, aren't we?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Right?
You respect and trust each other. And that's all that matters.
Yeah.
And then from there, you have the foundation. Yeah. So you can let spontaneous things go because you trust each other. I understand that. And then it gets very, it's feels very improvised in some ways, but the energy it feels improvised. Even if it was, I wouldn't have been shocked if it was scripted. Because it's just so much is going on, but it does have an arc.
Well, yeah, it's definitely the story is definitely scripted. I mean, like there's we have a very detailed outline of like what happened. It's not like we weren't really exploring. Also, I was thinking today we weren't really even really exploring emotions. Like we knew the emotional arc of each scene more or less. The only thing that's really improvised is the lines. And that's why I was saying casting these people that I think are stars is so important because I'll come up with a line usually more or less in the rehearsal and then to give to other characters, and then they'll just make it better. Mm-hmm. And when you work with like funny, cool people, they'll just come up with something good. Mm-hmm. And then you just edit it down to make sure it's like not annoying and not long. You just keep it interesting and then the movie's good. It's really easy, guys.
But yeah, I did want to say, I don't know how I came about Zeros and Ones and how we met originally because
it played at the rerun for a week.
Okay,
so maybe that had something to do with it.
Maybe. Yeah, I heard about it, but I didn't get a chance. And then you did send me the link to see it, and I remember just thinking, oh, this is super like original. And
thanks.
It's such a great film.
Thanks. And that was fully scripted. That took me 4 years.
Yeah,
to
it
make.
Looks like it.
So
I mean, it's so complicated.
It is very. The whole movie looks like a computer operating system. It's told through it's a story of a guy who loses his computer, and it's told through Google searches. And the next scene is a Facebook page, and then the next scene is a game of solitaire. Mm-hmm. So we had to graphic design every scene, and we had to animate every scene, and we'd have no money. So it's a real independent film that was, I think, maybe a little bit too ambitious, and maybe a little bit too early in its formal inventiveness, because now you see text messages appearing on screen. Yeah. But maybe in 2009, 2010, it was a little weird for people.
Yeah, so you're a pioneer.
But this movie, A Wonderful Cloud, is almost in a way a reaction to that movie, because after I finished that, I was like, never again. 4 fucking years? Hell no. And this one we made basically in like 4 months.
You mean super enough, because you shot obviously like in 3 weeks or 4 weeks?
8 days.
8 days. That's insane.
We shot it in 8 days. Yo, you want to hear something insane? I got the money to make it based on one scene, which is the scene where me and Kate are fighting during the 4th of July. I got the money on June 8th.
Is that where you lay down on the road or something?
Yeah, exactly. We're fighting, and then the
fireworks go up in LA.
Yeah. On June 8th, I was lucky because this guy saw my work, liked my work, and wanted to produce something. That's the lucky position to be in as a filmmaker, right?
Very.
And so I'm in my car with a check, and I'm like, oh my God, now I have to make a movie. And that was on June 8th. And then by July 8th, we finished filming. And I didn't have a story. I didn't have a cast or a crew. I just had Kate. Me and Kate were going to make a movie about exes, and we were going to fight during the 4th of July in a scene. Yeah. And so you get the crew together, get the cast together, get the story down, get the locations, get everything, and do it. And the movie's not boring. It's not like in one room. No. There's like a million things that happen. We go to the club. We go to this party. We go to the fucking park. We go to...
A lot of locations.
It was so complicated in 8 days. Are you kidding me?
Right.
Yeah.
Who played your girlfriend?
Rachel Lord.
Rachel Lord.
The one who isn't on screen from
a... Yeah. Say that's one spoiler I think we
Spoiler alert.
The shoe pooper.
Yeah. Rachel
really
Lord. She's
disgusting.
She's cool, thanks.
Good prop people.
My actual girlfriend, Joan Lee, made that poop. Yeah. And
now, when you said make it, you mean
she
in a shop?
Out of her butt. No. Yeah, of course. In a shop. Yeah, it's completely fabricated.
I don't know. I don't put anything above you or under you.
No, man. It's all fantasy. Everything you guys see in A Wonderful Cloud, including Kate. That's not the real Kate. That's a robotic Kate that we got from FIlmwax or LTD or whatever.
Yes.
So no, it was fake poop that Joan made.
Fake Kate, fake poop.
It's fake cake. Fake cake, fake pook, fake cock, fake cum.
Yeah, we saw your cock.
Out of focus, not like that. Don't talk. It's out of focus. You don't really see it, and it's much bigger than that when it's in focus.
Gotcha.
And
CG cock.
Yeah, and fake cum, and all that stuff is made by a great production designer.
I have to put a content warning on this.
But Rachel's
segment.
cool. She's a painter.
Mm-hmm.
She's a painter, and she's just one of those people that I know who is like magnetic and like commands attention and is good at coming up with funny shit on the spot. And knows her and like has a good Instagram. So it's just like you know that person understands her own image, and she's funny on the spot, and you know she'll handle a camera well, and you tell her the situation, and you let her go.
I also like the character. When you go to print.
Lauren Avery.
The paperwork in order to dissolve the company that you created with Kate, you insist on going to a friend with a printer so you don't have to spend money at
Kinko's.
Right.
It's practical.
Right.
It's very practical.
Right. And so you go to this, and she's clearly lived in L.A. a long time.
She's actually a seventh generation Angelino.
I am not surprised.
Her family originally owned all of Orange County. They struck gold in the 49er gold rush, and they purchased the land that became Orange County.
Well, she's dynamite to look, and she has great legs, I might add.
Lauren Avery is one of the smartest people I've ever met.
Yeah.
That's her name. And she is an icon. I think she's iconic. Like, to me, she's like Greta Garbo. She's like, Marlena Dietrich. She like comes with a whole persona, and she's wickedly smart and very witty, and cool. And she has a huge social media following. Like,
okay, I'll look her up.
Yeah, I'm just saying that I love working with people like her and Rachel, who basically just get their own image and let me sort of, poke fun at them and let me turn them into stars. Because the way you do that is you aggrandize the people. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So
you get them a platform also to thrive within the movie. What they're going to do really, really well.
Yeah, exactly.
And want to show why these people are special to the world.
Exactly. And if you use the movie as a platform for that, then people won't be able to turn away, I think.
Yeah.
I think, I find them magnetic, so I hope viewers will too. And I think they do.
Wonderful Cloud. World premiere, South by Southwest.
Yeah. Vish is pretty good. The Indian guy, my neighbor.
Your neighbor.
Yeah. I really feel like I wanted to have that. I don't have that many male, alpha male friends. And he's one of the few male friends that I have that I'm close with, and I just felt like we had this really good. I like our. It's like we're kind of like Strangers in Paradise swingers. Right? He was.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
He was actually when we made the movie. He had already moved to New York, and he had a year-long sublease on his place in L.A. And one of the days during the shoot, there was the person went out of town.
And he agreed to let...
No, the person went out of town, and Vish still had the key, so we got in there and we filmed all of Vish's scenes in one day.
Including the shoe poop.
That's not in Vish's house, that's in my house.
Oh, okay. I forgot.
Yeah, but including all that, we fucked it up. How Vish's place looks bad, all the paintings and stuff. We fucked it up, and then we unfucked it up.
Did the new tenant find that out?
He will at some point.
This is what you call
renegade
underground filmmaking,
guerrilla filmmaking.
Guerrilla filmmaking. Exactly.
We saw all the shots at the airport. It's pretty hard to shoot at LAX. We stole all that stuff with long lenses, and our sound guy was basically just looked like a random dude with a backpack.
GoPros or whatever they're called in the cars.
In the cars they're GH4s.
I don't know what that is, but
it's a 4K camera. Yeah, okay. A lot of car shots for sure, and a lot of driving in LA, so it makes sense to have car shots. Yes. And I thought that was a good bookend in the movie, like picking her up at the airport and dropping her off. Very simple structure, just one weekend sort of thing. And I like making drama in sort of like the places where we spend time in our lives. Like car, like, you know, you have this moment at a red light and you just want to lean in and make your move and try to kiss someone, you know, and then when the light changes, you have to keep driving, you know, and then that sort of is a way to the tension is sort of controlled by something else, or like a scene
where
it
prompts you to move fast to do the kiss.
Yeah, you have to do it.
Yeah.
And then you don't get another chance because the light just changed, you know, as opposed to like sitting on a couch or some more mundane place like that.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, like the bathroom, right? Like just sort of place where we spend a lot of time, and there could be dramatic things sort of that transpire in that moment, but it's not a conventional space for drama. So I like exploring those spaces. I think it's useful, valuable, whatever.
Right. Again, I'm so glad I got to see it and to meet you finally.
Yeah,
I'm so glad you came to New York.
Fun.
Albeit in the one of those wintry nights.
It was great of you to come out. That was snowy. It snowed like hell that day.
I remember,
and it was really cool of you to come check it with. It was still packed.
I really wanted to meet you.
Yeah,
I feel like we were, you know, like
talking online a little bit,
a lot.
Yeah,
over the years, just off and on. Like,
yeah.
And then
for sure.
I just never. I guess I never. It's not like I assumed I would never be in touch with you again. But it was like during zeros and ones, and I didn't know that you were going to come back. And I didn't know about your past history with Katelyn.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of become a phenomenon.
Yeah, she's a great actress. Well deserved. Well deserved. She works so much. She worked so hard with so many people on so many projects. And finally, the right people saw how talented she was. Yeah. And I think she makes directors feel excited and safe, kind of, in a way.
Well, it's also an ethic, work ethics. It's not just talent. It's also a work ethic that gets you there, because there's a lot of people that are very talented, but because they don't know how to... They're not...
She really pushes
herself. They're not as maybe... But, yeah, it's a specific way of working in a really high level of expectation.
Yes.
And it's like, you know, when you're going out there, you can't fuck around.
Yeah.
So you got to be really prepared.
Yes.
Really smart.
Yes.
And really reliable. And then talent helps.
Kate is all of those things. She has the highest standards for herself out of almost anybody that I've worked with. She's ruthlessly self-critical, and I think she strives for nothing but the best, and it shows in many, many of her performances. And hopefully this one, too. I hope the movie does her justice.
I hope the good things happen with the movie.
Hey, thanks, Adam.
You're welcome.
I'm glad we got a chance to hang out and talk, too.
Me too.
It's been nice.
Yeah, I agree. I'm glad. I like the way things work out like this.
Yeah, this isn't going live like today or anything like that, right? No. So I can't plug like the future screenings the next 3 days, right?
Yeah.
So that's going to sound awkward on the air.
But well, not necessarily, because people now know that you had 4 screenings at a very prestigious film festival, right? Do you have your next festival lined up?
I don't. I think we will play on the East Coast. I don't think it's been announced or anything like that.
I think that means that if you live in certain parts of Brooklyn, you'll no doubt have an opportunity.
Oh, I really can't announce.
Okay. We're not announcing anything.
It might not even be that.
Okay.
I'm just saying it's not.
Gotcha.
It might not be that part of the East Coast.
I got. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it could be somewhere else.
Gotcha.
So.
Okay.
But whatever. I'm excited for as many audiences as possible to see the movie.
Absolutely.
And I'm a pretty precious sort of filmmaker. I love seeing movies in a theater, and I think I'm at a stage right now where actually, like, if this movie was to be shown to people exclusively, just like at home on their TV or on their computer, and I was told it's going to penetrate, like millions of homes or something like that, I would be happy with that.
Okay.
You know, because it is a good intimate movie to just watch. Like, yeah.
Right.
I just have to think about stuff like that now, right?
Sure.
You know what I mean? People are listening to this at home on a computer, and it's just a conversation between two guys, and it's like a nice, gentle one. You know, they used to have these talks on stage. When you would interview with someone, it used to have to be on a stage, right? But now you can just sort of listen to it on a radio or listen to it on your computer.
It's a bit of a trade-off for large and more public or to more intimate, and you know, but you lose maybe the largeness, but you get the intimacy.
Yeah, you get the intimacy.
Both are nice for a movie. Yeah. An intimate movie on a large screen is a really nice combination.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, both are nice. You're right. Hey, look, if someone comes at me and says, Eugene, this is the funniest shit we've seen in such a long time, and it's so personal and we love it, we're going to put it on like 300 screens or 1,000 screens, I'm going to jump for joy. I'm going to kiss them and hug them, and I'm going to shake their hand and sign paper with blood. But if someone says, hey, we're going to get this to millions of people to watch at home, I'm going to say, hell yeah, let's do it.
And that would be a nice way for this to go. And then last thing, your mom is also in the movie.
Yeah.
We should mention that, even
She
though,
is.
albeit on Skype.
Yeah. But
she had a very funny bit.
Did you think she was naked when you saw her?
Yeah, for a few seconds that occurred to me.
Yeah, it occurred to you that she might be naked.
I thought it was very funny.
But then what did you think? She wasn't naked.
That she was just wearing something low cut.
I think, spoiler alert,
because she's Russian.
That's true. Yeah, she's low cut Russian. And but it's funny because I watched it with my mom and her friends and my brother. And when it was over, my brother's like, "Mom, why were you naked?" And then she's like, "What?" And then her friends were like, "No, she's not naked. She's wearing her like towel tube top." It's like a weird like tube top towel thing that she wears, but it's just off camera.
Where does your mom live?
She lives in Long Island.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm from South Brooklyn, and my dad lives in Rockaway, and then my mom lives in Long Island. Yeah.
Local.
Yeah, all around New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We miss you.
They do. Trust
sure
me.
They
They
do.
guilt
I'm
me
sure.
every other day.
I'm sure.
Like, when are you moving back to New York?
Well, my best to your family.
Thank you, Adam. I appreciate that.
In the Nassau County or
Brooklyn.
Nassau
County. That's right. Oceanside and New York. Shout out.
Great having you on, and we'll do this again.
Yeah, I hope so. With the next movie, right?
Sure, of course, or maybe in this one. You never know.
Oh yeah, if I come to New York, it'll be a pleasure. It was very great.
Yeah, thank you.
We just shook hands.
I know.